So, I'm here to tell you that just push through, go through the motions. And if you're watching this video and you're going through that and you don't know what to do, these type of videos never existed in my days back in the 90s. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. A warm welcome to you. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Linda Mwehaki Robbins, and on this channel I help women come back to self. And join me on this journey of self-discovery and becoming your true, authentic self as you were meant to be when you were born and brought into this world. All right, guys, so this part of this channel is what I call Car Journey Conversations, and here I talk about my own life and whatever that comes to mind, especially when I am doing my morning routine. One of my morning routines is I walk in the morning for about 30 to 45 minutes, give or take, if I have the time. And on the walk, I ask myself a question to ponder on, and the answer that I get back or whatever feedback I get back during my walk, then it's what I choose to discuss here with you guys. And I think the information that I have or what I have experienced might help somebody out there. I'm 55 years old and I have experienced quite a lot of life, let's put it that way. And something came to me and he said, Lynn, you've been a single mother. You have raised 3 kids on your own. Surely you must have something to talk about there. How about you talk about being a single mother? And I thought, I think I do have a few things I could say about that. So first of all, if you're a single mother right now and you're going through the motions and you're going through the challenges that you are, I'm here to let you know that keep pushing, keep going, keep going. Put your focus on what it is that you want for your children at this present moment in time. What I can share with you, when I was a single mother, I did not think about myself at all. I couldn't think about myself. I had to think about the kids. I had to make sure that the kids were all right. In my situation, I'm the one who left the relationship after challenges that, the thing is, when you make these videos and stuff like that, you don't want to put shade or to say anything negative about the partners that you've had in your life. First of all, especially if you've had children with them. But just know this, that, we don't choose to remove our children from a situation because it was brilliant, because it was serving you and it was feeding into you. At that time, I did not know about allowing myself the freedom to be myself, to what my journey is about now, today. My journey today is about coming back to self and becoming your true, authentic self. Back in those days, I was married when I was 19, turning 20, so very young. And at that age, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know about choosing a partner? What do you know about having a life partner? There were so many challenges that led me into that situation. So, as I said, I will not put shade on anybody. First of all, I have done a lot of work on myself. I have forgiven and let go and let it be. And basically, I see all my relationships as lessons and steps on a ladder that have gotten me to where I am in the most amazing and beautiful relationship I could ever have imagined. Let's put it this way. I imagined a beautiful relationship, but I never thought it would be the way it is right now. So it is possible. So anywho, when you are choosing to be single, it is through so many things that have happened that have made you make that decision. Because number one, if you're the one who has decided to leave the relationship, you have a lot of guilt. Because why? You're taking the children away from a family unit that they probably are used to. So I'm going from the point where the father was not bad to the children or anything like that. They may not have been present emotionally or whichever way, but they were not treating the kids really badly, or there was no negativity towards the kids. So that's important to know. However, when it comes to yourself and you know that this situation isn't for you and you choose to leave the relationship, you take with you a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt. And you feel responsible for breaking up the children's happy home. You feel responsible for taking them away from their father. I mean, they're so young, depending on what age you leave your relationship or you end your relationship, what age your children are. So for me, I'm speaking from my own experience. My kids were young. They were really young. But I had to leave. I had to end that relationship because it was not going the way it's supposed to. I left when I was, I think, 27. So I was married for like 6 years. The kids were really young, but I had to leave. So the guilt that you have when you leave them, when you leave end their marriage and relationship, is that you're taking them away from their father. You're taking them away from what they're used to, from their normal life. You're probably moving from the house and the friends that they were surrounding and the school. This is what I did. And the one thing about myself, if a relationship ends, I don't fight. Maybe it's not the right thing to do, but I did not fight for anything. I just wanted to go and leave. Later on, I came to discover that I was always on fight or flight mode. So that was me just leaving. And I took the kids and I moved to a new neighborhood, a new house. They had to go to a new school. They had to make new friends. And this was a pattern that I did for a very long time. And so when you become a single mother, that guilt makes you do so many things to cover it or to make up for it. And in my situation, I felt so guilty, and I would do whatever it took to make sure that my kids were happy. So whatever they wanted, they would get. Later on, I came to discover that my kids needed me more than they needed the material things that I was giving them, because I used to give them whatever I could afford. I literally bankrupt myself to make sure that they didn't miss out on the physical things, material things, like all the other kids were getting. Back in those days in the 90s, it was a challenge bringing up kids, especially if you're a single mom. I was living in the UK, and the kids were going to school with other kids, and they'll be like, "Oh, mom, these kids have this. Mom, can we have this? I'd like this." So I'd get them the Nintendo, the Nike shoes I couldn't afford. All this back in the days in England when I was living there, you could get a credit card from every department store. So I just literally just spent my money and feeding the for my children. And I forgave myself for that, and I understand where that was coming from once I started working on myself. So I'm here to tell you, if you're going through whatever situation it is and you're feeling guilty for what you've done, that is normal. It is normal, because you've uprooted your whole life, not only you but also your children, and they won't understand, and they probably never will understand, but you have to do what you have to do so that you can be present for your children the best way that you know how. And especially if you're in a situation where the reason you left was very tumultuous, and it had some violence in it, or physical abuse, or whatever the situation is, emotional abuse. But it is what it is. So it's very hard for you to actually explain to the kids what's happening. And if you are, and especially if you're in a relationship where you are the one being blamed for leaving, because when someone is doesn't see that they are also a part of the breakup, and they only blame on you, you actually kind of give them a weapon that they can use against you with the kids. Well, your mother's the one who left. She's the one who decided to leave. She did that, she did that, she did this, she did that. I mean, seriously, and that really takes a toll on you mentally and physically. Anyway, so yeah, as a single mom, when you have all that guilt, it is so hard on you, and then you have to go to work, or you have to do something to bring income if you're not getting some. So, I'm here to tell you that just push through, go through the motions. And if you're watching this video and you're going through that and you don't know what to do, this type of videos never existed in my days back in the 90s. There was no one to tell you what to do or how to experience it or what they have experienced. So I'm that person here for you, telling you it's going to be okay. As long as you keep pushing on and figuring, don't rush into another relationship. Please do not rush into another relationship. Do not bring your children into another situation like this because you're finding it difficult on your own. Push on. Do as much as you can. Go for help. There's so much help nowadays. We're in this 21st century. There is help. There are communities. There are people you can go to, you can talk to. There are videos like this where women are sharing their own experiences. And I know to you right now, when you hear me say this, that it's going to be okay and that you're thinking, yeah, you don't know my situation. No, I don't. Every situation is unique. But there's one thing they have in common, is that you're a woman. And you are stronger than you can imagine. First of all, the strength it took for you to decide to leave that relationship is enough to tell you you have got it in you to get out and to make it. Use that strength that you used to leave that situation to carry you through the difficult moments of your life. And when you take a moment, you stop, take a breath. Take a breath, go for a walk, and think about what you have achieved. You will be proud on yourself. And I'm just going to give you a pat on the back and say, well done. Well done for choosing you first. Because when you decide to leave a relationship, when you have children, you have chosen yourself first. And that's a step towards coming back to yourself. And that's why I have created this methodology of coming back to yourself, becoming the true, authentic self, remembering who you are before all those labels came into play. And that project is coming up soon, and I am so excited. I am so excited because I have done that project myself. I have lived that life. I have done the work, and I'm here to tell you, you too can do it. So keep an eye on my channel. It's going to be dropping soon, and I am so excited that I will be able to help so many people. So many people feel themselves, feel comfortable in who they are, in their skin, and be proud of themselves, and wake up every morning feeling joy and happiness regardless of whatever's going on around them. So that was a little introduction to what I'm working on. But let's get back to surviving single motherhood. So when you take that moment to spend time with yourself, there will be moments where you will be able to spend time with yourself. Trust me, there will be. I know kids, I know you're going to be the mother, the father, and everything. And maybe you don't have anybody around you to support you. I didn't. My sisters were in the Netherlands at the time, and I was alone. I wasn't on the journey of self-discovery, so everything I'm telling you was coming from an unaware mind, not knowing what I know now. So, of course, when you are in such a situation, you attract the people that are in the same situation as you. So I was in a circle of single mothers and bashing our men, bashing, and just, you have to find a way to release the frustration and the anger that you feel inside for what has happened, for all what you think someone else has done to you. At that moment, you're not thinking that you also contributed to the demise of the relationship or to the ending of the relationship. At that moment, because you are in this situation where you are like blaming the person for what they have done, you only look at it from the perspective of what they have done to you in the relationship. This is what they did. How can they do that? And if they don't come and see the father, you go into a cesspit of conversations. That's fine. That's natural. That's going to happen. You have to do the work for yourself and start to work on yourself earlier on. Then you will avoid all the heartache of blame, not taking responsibility, and saying he did it. You will start to look at yourself, and you will start to figure out what was your role in the ending of this relationship. What did this relationship teach me? What did I learn? What happened? Just try and start digging into yourself. I know it's hard to say forget what he has done to you. I know, my friends. I know. Been there, done that. But if you can, I implore you to do the work on yourself. The relationship is over. It's done. You need a different type of relationship. You need to work on yourself so you can attract somebody who will see you for who you are and not see your vulnerability and take advantage of it again. Because when you are in a relationship, you attract the person of the energy you are portraying. So if you give that vulnerability energy of woe, it's me, woe, this happened to me, oh, this and this and this and this, you're going to attract the same thing again. You're going to attract the same man again. He'll probably come packaged in a different package. Maybe he'll have more money. Maybe he'll have the things that you're missing, money or whatever, and you will feel like, oh my goodness, this is it. I'm there. I've done it. I don't have to struggle anymore. Girlfriend, no. Struggle. Because out of struggle comes growth, and out of growth comes enlightenment and awareness, and out of that you will attract the right person. I wanted to just make sure that I send this message out there to single mothers who are going through challenging moments at the moment with their lives and the decision that they have made, that it's going to be okay. Keep pushing on. And my message on this video is that videos like this are out there to bring awareness to single mothers of today, in the 21st century of today. This is to help you know that it's going to be okay. I promise you, I can almost 99.9%, there's always 0.1% that is always, something else. But you will be okay as long as you start to investigate and work on yourself. That as women, if we can build ourselves and become strong, and I'm not talking about physical strength, I'm talking about emotional strength, mentally strong, being solid, standing on our own feet, and not allowing anybody, anything, or anyone to take advantage of us anymore. Whew, I'm telling you, we're going to bring up strong kids. I see a lot of YouTube videos or shorts coming through of women being physically abused, and the children are watching it. They are watching this. There's a boy there watching his father pulverize the mother, and I'm telling you, pulverize the mother. I stopped having those feeds coming onto my algorithm because I don't even need to say anything anymore about that. And women, we got to be strong. We have got to be strong. We have got to work on ourselves. We have got to stop allowing this kind of violence happening to us. We have got to be mentally strong, emotionally strong, and maybe physically strong too. But we have got to be strong enough to know that we can stand on our own feet. We can do things on our own. We don't need anybody to do anything for us that we physically, that cannot do. Be independent and be independent completely. And I know you can. And I know it's possible. The first thing you got to put in your mind is say, it's possible. I can do it. It makes me so emotional when I talk about this, because I'm talking from a place of experience. I was not mentally strong. I was not emotionally strong. I was not physically strong. But I had to find a way to get those strengths in me. When I thought I was strong, I wasn't. It was fight or flight. I was afraid. But when I found my voice, and I remember when I left the relationships, the last relationship I left quietly. So please, women, get strong. Build your strength. Being a single mother and how you shouldn't be broken because you chose to leave. In fact, you're very strong. I'm here to tell you, it takes strength to leave a relationship, especially one that has been full of violence and negativity and all that stuff. Anyway, guys, I don't want this video to get too long. This is a conversation that can go on and on and on. But I just wanted to share the message and say, if you're going through a challenging moment as a single mother, just know that out there are people, there are things, there are tools, and there are situations that are also free that can help you handle the difficulties that you're going through. All right, guys, really had a nice conversation. I know it's weird, just talking to the camera, but I had a nice conversation with you guys, and I hope that there was something of value in this conversation that will help someone out there. Comment below, whatever, just comment below and say, hey Lynn, thank you so much. I was down and out, and I'm feeling a bit of strength in me. All right then, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you and wish you a fantastic, wonderful day or night wherever you are. And here's one thing. I see you, and I love you. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.